What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I'm your host, Chris, and today we talking about J.J. Watt. Who's your biggest disappointment in NBA? Who's your biggest surprise in NBA? And is the Eastern Conference better than the Western Conference now? Next on Yeah, I Said It Sports. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. As y'all know, I'm your host, Chris. We got Sean back after 2 weeks of our hiatus. Got Darius and Blair. What up, fellas?
What up?
Not much, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. We get straight into it. Got to talk about what's good in sports right now. First thing we got to get into is the Eastern Conference better than the Western Conference? Finally, after years and years. Sean, man, you shot me the question, man. What you thinking, man? You saying the East is better than the West now?
Man, you want me to go straight up and answer the question? I would have to say, pound for pound, it's more stars in the East right now, man. In my opinion. I mean, or as if you want to go by records, it's a little different.
Definitely.
Now I see you brushing your beard, man. So go through all the teams. Look at it. Even the trash teams. You got LaMelo for the Charlotte, rookie of the month. You got the Wizards. You got Russ, balling. You got the Pacers. They nice. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, they got Randle now. They in fourth place right now. I ain't seen that in about, 15, 20 years?
18 games, Darius. 18 games.
Hold on. You got star power. You got KD. You got Kyrie. Everybody from the West came to the East besides LeBron. You got Butler with Miami Heat. You got Zach LaVine. He balling. You can't say he ain't doing numbers for Chicago.
Oh, most definitely.
Even the young bullies in Cleveland doing all right. Now I wouldn't compare them with a West team besides Minnesota. That I would say that. You got Jason Tatum, second-time All-Star. You have Brown, first-time All-Star. You got Kemba. I mean, come on, man. We got about a good, solid. If you did a top 50 list, you got at least good 15, 20 guys in that East, man, as dogs. And you got like four former MVPs. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty nice. But far as when you go to the record, if you go off of last year, Milwaukee had the best record last year. LA came in second, and as we all know, they won the ring. But also, let me hit up my notes. Last year, 6
they coming with the facts
East teams,
today, y'all.
Yeah, 6 East teams last year was over 500. The West had 7 teams. You know what I'm saying? 2 teams, Golden State, Minnesota, were garbage, super garbage. They was in their teens compared to the East. This year so far, the Jazz, they got the best record, followed by LA. But again, you know what I'm saying? It's real heavy in the West at the top spots. But pound for pound, any given night in the East, you know what I'm saying? You got a good game. You could watch a game with Charlotte and Milwaukee, and you wouldn't know, like, guaranteed this year who gonna win. You can watch the Knicks play the Wizards. It ain't guaranteed who gonna win. You know what I'm saying? When you look at Minnesota against LA, you gonna bet on LA 9 times out of 10. But that's just my opinion. So I do say that the East is gaining a lot of traction. They're getting a lot of stars, a lot of owners spending some money. But I'm going to still rock with the West, man. It's just more competitive. I do like it, though.
Okay,
I said all that to say West.
You know we was about to get in your ass, boy. Like, I know he ain't about to say this for real.
No way you can say that in real life, bro.
Man, look. The way I see it is, I agree with Sean as in the East is, they better than they've been in the past. Because back in the East, they ain't had no choice but to get more competitive because LeBron took the totem pole with him. Like, That's what it's been like in the NBA for like the past 10, 11 seasons. Like LeBron controls the tip, whether people want to give it to him or not. So now, when he went to the West, bro, dudes is leaving. Man, buddy.
That's a good topic, bro.
Yeah, who was it? Paul Millsap? I think it was Paul Millsap came out and said it. He was like, bro, I left the East to get away from LeBron. And then he came over here.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. But the biggest thing for me is I still think the West is better because besides the Nets, who's picking the East team to win the championship? Even if the Nets don't go, who's picking the East in the championship? Everybody's still going with either LA and Utah, the number one team right now.
This is true.
Y'all niggas would pick Boston to make it. Would you pick them to win?
Nah.
Or win as a top
There's
team?
only like one East team that people actually pick.
I'll say.
And and even if Brooklyn go, you ain't necessarily betting it on all of them to win.
That would be the team that most people would bet on would be Brooklyn now.
To make it out of the East for sure. And if you're going to bet on somebody out of the East to win, yeah, you would put it on Brooklyn. But I'm saying even if Brooklyn go, like if the Lakers are fully healthy, people still going to pick the Lakers.
Probably. Under a lot of, but that's just if you don't like the Lakers. Like, so people have decided at this point, the West is the toss-up. They would assume coming out of the East, it's only going to be like 3 teams. They don't think it's going to be Miami, so they assume it's either Boston, Philly, or Brooklyn. And if they had to pick one, they would probably pick Brooklyn because those dudes have playoff experience, and most of them have won championships of the 3. But overall, I think people would still rock with the West, but people have been believing the West was better for years. You might not know the names in the West because being on the East Coast, you didn't get the same exposure to those teams that you would have to like Midwest and East Coast teams. But now, like, since they feel like a lot of the names that the league, I think itself is trying to push as like the new faces of the league, because they can only ride LeBron so long there. You can only ride LeBron so long. You can only ride Chris Paul so long. Like, somebody needs to show up that the league is like, these are the new guys. Or, the league promotes different people, and they have a way that they want it to go. They want you not to suck. But if you balling and they'll be like, we could, people like that guy who gravitated towards that guy. Like they like Steph, so they kind of
like that,
towards. Man. They're going to do Luka like that, dude. Luka, it just turned 22 on Sunday.
Him and Zion, I think they really pushing him and Zion, man.
I don't know. Yeah. I think they got
okay, so the 2 young faces
they could probably go through because a lot of these young dudes is balling. Luka, Zion, a lot of these young dudes is balling. Tatum is balling. Brandon Ingram is balling.
Zion is supposed to be generational, bro. They treating Zion like LeBron. He's supposed to be a generational talent. So they're going to push that dude. When you watch him play, you can clearly tell he ain't the tallest dude out there. But nobody can do anything with him. Gobert had a nightmare last night, bro. Like, he gave Gobert the blues. And it was crazy to watch because you see this dude who's clearly 5, 6, 7 inches taller than this other dude get bodied out the picture for a rebound, bro. Like, Zion went up, he went that way. Zion just barely moved. He was like this. Gobert went like that, bro. Like, that literally was the difference when they bumped each other.
He top 5 efficiency, and he only 20.
That's why they trying to get a league to them dudes. And Melo, bro. They love Melo. They like Melo as a point guard. Melo's going to be the offshoot to Luka. Luka's team is going to be better if they don't get rid of Porzingis. They'll be better than Charlotte, bro, because they have a big man and a point guard. So it just works out. They have a better tandem than Rozier and Melo. Like LaMelo, if he actually makes it, he seems like he'll be good as a point guard. But like East versus West, bro, I gotta pick West. Can't pick East. They just don't. They don't show you enough in the East. And usually when the East happens, not that the teams aren't that good, but if a dude gets rolling, they could just roll the whole thing.
Yeah, I think.
Good answer.
Yeah, I like what you guys are where you're going with it. I like Darius's point how LeBron is basically swinging the pendulum of power, except there was a point there when Durant did it. Yes, the pendulum of power. So when he moves somewhere, everybody like, oh, time to go. You know, James ran into him last year. 1 year, he was like, look, I ain't about to be sitting up here doing this for years. I don't care if this is my team. I'm about it.
Bro, DeRozan said it too. He was like, bro, nigga, if you was gonna come out the East, you had to go through LeBron. It's just, it's, I guess, like the East was literally clinging to LeBron. Like, this is why the East is relevant, because he's the best player in the NBA. He might not have the best team, but he's the best player by far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting to, like, if you wanted to go to the finals in the East, you had to go through him, just like you would have had to go through Jordan, or just like back then you had to go through Kobe and Shaq, or any other of these good players over there.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, just
you had
top
to-
to bottom.
Yeah, I think it's more. I think it's much more even right now than it has been over the past couple of years.
I think that.
So
I ain't gonna say
just,
it's even. I think
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
I
that
won't
it's
say
dead
even.
even. I say it's much more even. So right now, just currently right
I
now,
feel like it's
the
spread out
AC
more on the East, right? Like, because they actually, because usually like it's just the top, what, 4 teams in the
Yeah.
East,
Yes,
and
it's
then
normally
everybody else.
and everybody else. But you're
Yeah.
right about far as whoever comes out the East, you're still going to pick the whatever team comes out of the West for the most part. But I'd say, let's just say, for instance, right now, so getting to the point to where I was going to go at first. So right now, the AFC right now is 16 and 18 in the
Who's
East.
that? Charlotte.
Now Charlotte, they're in the AFC right now, and Mr. Ball's going to get the Rookie of the Year right now for me so far. And then in the West, the AFC has 19 wins, which is Golden State,
which is crazy.
Which is crazy, right? So that's only a 3-game difference between the conferences. But say, for instance, this is another place where I was going to go. So you're saying whatever team comes out to it. If the Jazz go to the finals and Philadelphia go to the finals, who's picking the Jazz?
I'm picking Philly.
You see what I'm saying? So
it depends on
that's
what
a
you
good
saw.
point.
Like, so the Jazz, people don't see the Jazz, bro. People don't see the Jazz enough. If the Jazz end up coming out number 1 in the West, and Brooklyn doesn't come out of the East, I would pick the Jazz.
Telling you.
Straight up, bro.
Because
like, records don't lie. Those records matter. Records actually matter.
The Jazz would be one of those teams that's got a big who could somewhat disrupt Embiid. You talking about like a 3-time defensive, 2 or 3-time defensive player of the year, and Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Gobert, bro.
Yeah, and, but Philly has somebody that can cover Mr. Mitchell, because you got
who?
He gonna say
Simmons, one of the best defenders in the league.
Man, we ain't really seen nobody stop Donovan Mitchell yet.
I ain't say stop. I said you can disrupt.
It would turn into whose 2 is better than the other 2. The bench would matter. The bench would play a big, the bench would play a big factor.
Yes.
All the supporting cast would be like, if these 2 dudes kind of even out, who's gonna break the stalemate? Who's gonna be the number 3 scorer and all of that?
I think that favors the Jazz.
I think so too, bro.
Yeah, I think I would go with the Jazz. The reason why I would go with the Jazz is because I feel like they're they're easily the better 3-point shooting team. But the way that Embiid is dominating right now, it makes it tough.
You know why I disagree with that, man? Even though the roster, go ahead, Darius, my fault.
Oh no, I was just saying Embiid could win MVP this year.
Mm-hmm.
True indeed. So the reason why I disagree, because also when you get to the finals, and this is from Pee Wee, junior high ball, high school, whatever, the coaches, man. The coaches, Doc Rivers, been there, done that. So he gonna be able to put them in a better position, even if Rudy do kind of slow down Embiid. You know what I'm saying? Simmons is gonna have to work on his jump shot for the finals. You know what I'm saying? And the bench gonna definitely have to score. But Doc Rivers, man, I'm trying to tell you, with that, trust me, Blair, coaching matter, bro.
Hey, bro, what Doc say? They blew a 3-1 lead to Denver last year. What did Doc say? Doc said it. What did Doc say? I ain't playing. They're playing the games. I'm not playing the game. I can tell them how to win all I want to tell them. I'm not actually playing the game. LA quit on Doc last year. And I'm sure he said everything you needed to say to not lose. And what did LA do? They still lost. They still quit on him. He ain't playing the games. He can tell you everything you need to do for 365 days a year how to make your basketball game better.
But you can see the huge difference. You can see the huge difference in Philly from the last, not just last year, but from the last 2 years in everybody's game. Look at Embiid. He on an MVP level because of Doc. You know what I'm saying?
I agree that Doc probably got something to do with that.
Yes. We got to give him credit for that.
You're saying he's motivating the young guy?
I wouldn't say just because he's young. I'm just saying because he's a good coach.
I feel like, coaching has to come in at some point. And I feel like having an experienced coach, like Doc Rivers, even if they don't necessarily win the finals, you could definitely see the growth in some of those guys, though.
I'm not saying he's not helping them get better. But I'm saying Doc ain't playing them games, bro. And Doc can make all the adjustments he wants. If they don't go out there and do what he says, none of that matters.
I say we all
know adjustments do matter, bro. But
you're right.
Yeah, they blew a 3-1 lead, and Doc was the coach last year.
This is true.
I agree with what both of y'all said.
Yeah, I think we all right in this instance. But you got to give him credit for seeing the difference in Embiid. He an MVP candidate this year, which he never was. He never was before Doc got.
This is the level
Do you think he started caring, or it just so happened to coincide when Doc got there?
I think because who they coached last year? Who's the coach before?
Brett Brown,
yeah.
Brett Brown.
He said who?
I know Brett
6
Brown.
years, bro. He was there for a minute.
Yeah, he was dumpster fire too.
He wasn't dumpster fire. He just couldn't.
Man, he wanted to be trash, man.
It's not, man. Every coach ain't good for every level. Joel Embiid adding caring for all the games.
But
there were some games you saw him play, he just seemed like he didn't even care.
But this is also maybe one of the only times where he had somebody that could hold him accountable.
I agree.
Brett Brown probably wasn't holding these dudes accountable.
Neither one of them, from what they were saying.
When you get coaches like Doc Rivers, that's what come with it. Accountability. Mm-hmm. He make you own up to it. Like you said, he said, bruh, I can give you the formula all day. If they don't go out there and do it, that's on them. That's accountability.
Speaking of the NBA, people that's playing great, who is your biggest surprise so far this season? And who is your biggest disappointment so far in the NBA season? I'll start with this. My biggest surprise has been Joel Embiid. I'm happy to see him dominate. I've been waiting since he went up that tunnel. He was crying his eyeballs out, and I picked him to go to the finals last year, and I was horribly wrong. Blair, but you were like, man, Philly? Ooh, I don't know. I'm like, man, Philly, man. You see how much he was carrying last year?
It ain't Philly, bro.
And it wasn't him. And it wasn't them by a long shot. Didn't they go out in the first, second round?
Something like that. Definitely wasn't the conference final.
Super disappointing. But so far this year, he's an MVP candidate. Right now, I think he's number 2. Creeping up number 3. As bad as I don't want to say it, and I didn't like the way he left and everything, but I got to give credit where credit is due, man. James Harden putting on a show out there.
No way they give James the MVP.
They're not going to give it to him. We all know that the media going to hold that against him. But, man, he just last night had a 30-point triple-double with 0 turnovers.
30, 15, and 10 with 0 turnovers.
Which is amazing.
You saying that's your biggest surprise, though? Like, this what James do?
No.
Surprising to a lot of people, bro.
It's still surprising to me because
James to be able
to come back and
to
ball.
Not be James, bro. To play like he didn't play in Houston, essentially.
Right? Was we not just calling this man the Pillsbury dope boy in the text messages, like at the start of this season? Like, bro, really just trying to get out of there. Then he gonna take him some time to get in shape. Bro, just went in there and just snapped back. Like, all right, I'm throwing up triple dubs out here, and KD is hurt, and they still winning because they like, we don't need him. He can stay on the sideline, whatever hamstring is wrong or whatever the problem is.
They play better with 2 stars than they do with 3 stars.
And that's what they're going to have to figure out. But he is my biggest surprise is Joel Embiid. I loving the way he's playing. I'm loving the way he's boxing people out, rebounding, going to the hole. He's shooting 3. He's doing it all, man. I can't complain about anything about the man is doing. He's taking the team on his back and he's balling. The biggest disappointment now, I gotta say it. It's Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis.
Really?
Yes.
Man, I'm confused. Please elaborate.
Yes. Anthony Davis, I thought he was about to take a huge leap this year. He is not. I know he's hurt now, but before he was even hurt, he wasn't balling.
He was
What happened
balling.
to Anthony Davis?
He wasn't balling.
He wasn't going crazy.
He was. That's what I
hurt.
mean. That's what I mean.
Every year.
The Lakers was #1 in the West.
I understand. That's what I mean, though. As far as like, I thought he was going to be.
You wanted him to be the 30.12.
No. He averaged what? He averaged 27 last year. I thought he was going to average 27, 13, 15, and probably like 2.
He had something to prove last year. You want a ring this year.
I understand, but I thought he was going to take it to the next level. Like, all right, I'm about to go get my MVP. That's what I was expecting from him.
Everybody don't do that, bro. Everybody don't do that.
He done got a taste of that thing. That's all he worried about, man. He like, bro, as long as
all them years of sucking, bro. He had like 8 years of trash. All those years of sucking.
I get it. I'm just saying.
I
just wanted him to go ahead and take it over. I do get it. I get exactly what you're saying. But is he in the MVP conversation? No. Is he in the? Should he be in the All-Star game right now for real?
Before he was hurt, he played good enough to be an All-Star.
Yeah, I understand it, but he ain't been playing. So somebody else really should be in there.
Somebody else playing for him.
I get that.
Yeah, Devin Booker.
I get that. But what I'm saying is, I expected him to step up to be an MVP candidate.
You wanted that next step, bro.
Yeah, I wanted that next step, and he didn't get that to me. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm
what
saying.
he had last year.
I'm not saying he's playing garbage. I'm just saying
what he had last year, bro.
That's your disappointment.
That's my disappointment. Ain't this? Yeah, I said it. My shit. Like I feel.
I thought it was our shit,
I'm gonna say how I feel.
I thought it was our shit, motherfucker.
It is. I'm just saying. I'm not just saying my shit. I'm just saying.
Fast, man.
It's all our shit. I'm just saying. Ain't this? Yeah, this is all our shit. But I'm just saying, like, nigga, we own our own shit. This our shit. We own our own shit, nigga. We can say what the fuck we want to say.
What the fuck you feel? You feel AD is your biggest disappointment.
He's my biggest one because I expected him to be competing for the MVP. And he's just not right now. But who y'all got, man? Who y'all got? Biggest surprise, biggest disappointment. I'll throw it to you, Blair.
My biggest surprise, like I was actually the most surprised this year by Jaylen Brown. Bro. I actually didn't expect Jaylen Brown to take the step. He had I know these dudes are young, so I be forgetting that so much can be done in the offseason. But it just didn't seem like Jumper was gonna take that big of a step rather the way it did. Like I didn't expect his numbers to go from almost 50, 40, 80 or some shit. Like I don't know what he shoots for free throws, but he's shooting like 50, 40, which is very good, and he was shooting what 45, 30-ish last year, and he wasn't clutch. So now when you see Jaylen Brown ball, bro, you feel like Jaylen Brown's gonna hit that shot. Like his jumper was sketchy to me. It was like, is he going? Is he running? What is he doing? What's moving him forward? But now I get the feeling that he actually knows where he wants to go, and he can get wherever he wants to go. He can do whatever he wants to do. He could do the 3, but the jump shot, like his mid-range, has come a long way to me. And that was the part they need. Like that's the part you need in the playoffs and the finals. Like 3-pointers and 2s are great throughout the regular season, but you really need somebody that can make a shot in the finals, like just a regular 2-foot. Everything ain't gonna be a 3. Sometimes you gotta step in and make that jumper, man. And his jumper looks incredible this year. So Jaylen Brown is Boston is terrible, but Jaylen Brown made a great ascendance, I guess. This is his first All-Star game. So other people have noticed that he's actually made the leap. And my biggest disappointment, I guess, is probably Miami, just overall. Like, not a player, because I don't necessarily know. I have an idea of what I feel like a player's gonna do, bro. Like, I don't know what a dude's. I don't know. Like, he gonna come back next year. It's hard to tell. Those dudes give great lip service at this point, so it's hard to tell who actually wants it and who doesn't. So you don't see the change. But I feel like Miami went off a cliff, dude. Like, I know they were hurt and a lot of guys were down, but the way like Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero they didn't take that next step that they need to take when they actually don't think you suck. You know, you get a whole season of balling out before they start paying attention to you. But now that they're looking at you, what did you do to kind of keep that going? And I think while they have good coaches and a good culture, Miami kind of and they'll probably even out at some point when they get everybody back. But my biggest disappointment was Miami. Dude. I just didn't think Miami was going to fall the way they fell and look the way they look when they play. Like, I just thought they were going to be better.
They're currently number 5 in the East right now. They're about the same about where they were.
I agree, Blair. I told niggas Miami wasn't gonna do shit.
I ain't gonna say that, bro. Yeah, you've been on that. I'm not gonna say they won't, bro. I thought they would come back with a little more aggressiveness this season because to me the bubble was like they performed well in the bubble, which means they were well coached. They were a good team because you had to be a good team and well coached to perform in the bubble. Plus, you had to have dudes that could take that kind of pressure, and the organization is built to kind of get those type of dudes. So those dudes shouldn't be kind of wilting under the lights. Maybe it's, finals fatigue and the newer dudes don't understand what's necessary, because a lot of times you don't know what's necessary to win when you're young in the league. If you don't have that I'm winning at all costs thing, it takes you a while to. So maybe because they did what they did, they just didn't think teams are going to come back the way they did. But I don't know. They were my biggest disappointment. They're righting the ship now, but as far as I was disappointed in Miami. I thought they would be much better than they were playing at the time.
Sean, who you got, man? Who's your biggest surprise? Biggest disappointment?
I'm gonna use 2 people. My biggest surprise is Julius Randle and Devin Booker. Now, I'm gonna put an asterisk on Booker because we all knew he can ball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was like 6th man of the year at Kentucky. He always had a jumper. He always had a wet jumper. Like, we seen him throw up big numbers, man. Like, he reminded me of Klay Thompson, in my opinion, like far as scoring. But with Chris Paul, man, I believe he elevated his game a little bit, man. But
crazy.
Yeah, I think now they growing. You know what I'm saying? I think they still gonna have to get another point guard. But as far as with Devin, man, he a monster, man. I think I seen a little segment, I want to say on ESPN or something like that. Like Kobe had told him something like the last time he had spoke with Kobe, like basically like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you a dog, bro. I really think he has a chance to be a superstar for real. Julius Randle. I'm a fan, another Kentucky guy. But I'm a fan of Julius Randle because I'm a Laker fan. But at the same time, I didn't see this coming. I always seen like a small numbers guy, like a 12 and 8 guy. This year, he in the 20s. He's doing double-doubles. You know what I'm saying? He got his team in the 4th seed. And that's huge. They just made the trade with D-Rose coming back to New York again. But besides that, he really doing it all on his own.
He used to have games in LA like that, though, right? Like, that's why they picked him so high.
But he didn't have all-star potential. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's an all-star this year.
All-star level.
Yeah, he definitely an all-star this year.
He like that's surprising. Like I said, I wouldn't say like if he threw up 30 when he was in LA, New Orleans, I wouldn't be surprised like he couldn't do it.
But he didn't consistently do it. Yeah,
not right, exactly. So yeah, that was very surprising. Disappointment, man. I would have to say, as an organization like Blair, I have to say Houston, man, because they just folded. From the coaching, from the organization to the player.
That disappointed you, bro?
I'm about to say, man, James.
Hold on. Yeah, true. It did, man. Because as a fan, when you see how you just getting rid of your team, now just imagine if you were a Houston Rocket fan. Will you be happy right now with what's going on?
Oh, no.
I ain't gonna lie, because Houston really didn't look that bad even after James Harden left. because of what they brought.
Yeah, they didn't. Wood going out really hurt, bro. Like Christian Wood getting hurt them. But I guess, man. I guess it's show Houston, bro. I just don't see how
Nah.
Houston
You can
surprises
definitely
me so
commentate
much.
on that.
He didn't think they was gonna fall off like they did.
Yeah, I didn't see them falling off like that, man.
I totally saw that, bro.
John Wall still balling though.
I'm not surprised that Houston, because they just weren't built to sustain whatever they were doing. Everybody who watched, you knew they weren't built to sustain that. Like when they traded away Clint Capella and the tallest dude on the squad was 6'7" or 6'8".
That's what I'm saying. Organization.
You knew
man.
Houston wasn't built to sustain that though. And all the stuff they did 2 times in a row with Chris Paul and Russ, you had to know they was about to bottom out.
Exactly. So that's why I say they my biggest disappointment.
I got you.
You had multiple MVPs. You have multiple future Hall of Famers, and look at what you got now. But far as a player, I had to go with this guy I'm watching right now, Kemba Walker, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to go with Kemba, man. Like, I wouldn't say, I think Darius said earlier that, no, it was Blair, said Boston was trash this year. I wouldn't necessarily say they trash, but when you think of them 3 guys, they do have a big 3, kind of, sort of. Kemba.
That was the idea.
Tatum.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah, and it's not what people think. I would have thought they would have been top 2, top 3 in the East.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think they might end up firing Brad Stevens. Like it might take the whole. If they don't end up performing better than 6 or less in the East, Brad Stevens is probably gone, bro.
Well, currently, right now, they are at number 6.
Because at that point, the team's not listening. You know what I mean? Like certain records and certain things in basketball show you when people kind of start giving up on a coach. And if they don't right the ship and Boston don't like swing it out somehow, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, currently right now, they are all Miami, Boston, and Toronto all have the same record. They're all 500. They're 17-17.
Toronto, that's tough too.
And
here's the difference is Boston is going the other way. Miami is going up. Boston is going down.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
here's the thing. I don't think anybody in the New York City or in America thought that I'm about to say what I'm about to say. The New York Knicks have a better record than the Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics, and the Toronto Raptors.
That's some stuff right there.
Go ahead, Darius. Who your biggest surprise? Who your biggest disappointment?
First of all, as a Knicks fan, you can blow all the smoke and mirrors you want. We know how this shit gonna end. Anyway, my biggest surprise personally was the young rookie playing in Charlotte, LaMelo Ball.
Yeah,
I'm on record for saying, like, bruh, I don't see it in Buddy, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you did.
I did not see it, dog. Like, jump shot was ugly, still ugly. Buddy ain't play no defense, still don't really play no defense. But, man, if you could have a playmaker ability from 2K, Buddy got it, bro. Like, crazy, dog.
Right.
He has made that Charlotte team so much better, dog, just off of his playmaking ability. I take my hat off to him. I agree with Chris. I don't see him not getting Rookie of the Year, even though I love Anthony Edwards. That boy is nice. He is going to be a beast. I don't know if it's going to happen in Minnesota, but he's going to do enough to get away from Minnesota. I think he's going to blossom into a good guy.
You think so?
Yes. But, hey, fellow LaMelo Ball is doing it, man. The numbers say it. Like, you're walking double-double already. Like, I got to give it to him, man. I got to give it to him. I take my hat off to him.
Yeah, I think over the last 5 games, he's averaging 20 and 10.
Mm-hmm. And Buddy is going off.
Dumb.
Buddy is going off.
I think he's the first. Him, LeBron, and Luka are the only teenagers in NBA history to average 20 and 10 at any point during the season, which is nuts.
Nice, man. Hopefully, he can attract something to Charlotte and make them like really competitive. and I think he'll be able to do it. So he's been my biggest surprise. My biggest disappointment, it's got to be this nigga Russell Westbrook. Like, bro, like I mean, I understand. Once you get to a certain age, you like what, 32, something
32,
like that.
I think.
He's 32.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna lose some of that. Like I was just talking to you the other day, out of Blake Griffin. You know, you're gonna lose some of that athleticism.
Have Blake Griffin down.
That in the third, and you're gonna have to add to your game. The crazy thing to me about Russell Westbrook, he still got a crazy first step. He still can elevate for the most part. This dude is just literally playing like a fucking bum. Like, it's crazy. It was, and then I saw the stat. They was like, bruh, with Russell Westbrook at the lineup at one point, these boys was like 1-11. Without him, they had a winning record. And that's saying something when you got a walking 30 points on your team. You got a walking 30. You got a walking 30 piece in Bradley Beal. And me, I was like, I wasn't expecting the Wizards to go out here and upset nobody in the playoffs or nothing like that. But I was like, Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, that's probably gonna be all right. Because Bradley Beal don't care what Russell do, because he'll walk in 30 piece, but when you put the ball in his hand, he gonna put it in the bucket. You talking about going off a cliff. Russell Westbrook is, you remember when the Road Runner used to set up Wile E. Coyote? Then this nigga like walk off the cliff and don't know he's walking off the cliff. It's like, you don't even know he off the cliff. He's still just doing shit regular and just think that shit okay.
Seeing that, but that's Russ though, bro. Like, that's the thing. Out of all these years you done watched Russ, what part of Russ's game has actually improved?
Nah.
What
That's
improved,
a good
bro?
point. That's
Like,
a
it's
good
not
point.
it's not that Russ was never good. It's what part of Russ's game improved. Because the problems was always the problems. And that's what they asked every year when he got bounced in the first round. Are you going to change anything? And for like 5 years straight, he was like being stubborn and obstinate about it. Like, I'm not changing nothing. I'm me. I'm going to play like me. And that's what I'm going to do. Tell me when you saw Russ make a change to his game. When did his jumper get better, bro? When did he get better at doing anything?
Only thing I can say is with his game, I feel like he was aggressive when he first got in, but then he got real aggressive, which led to the triple doubles that we were seeing. Like, he was like, nah, I ain't gonna keep shooting. I mean, I ain't gonna change my shot. I'm gonna still do what I want to do on offense, but I'm gonna hustle harder. If I'm out here getting these rebounds, I can take these shots I want. If I'm out here getting 13, 14 rebounds, I can take these shots. And if I'm getting 10, 11 assists, I can do what I want to do because I'm doing everything. Now, does that help the team? No. But I feel like that's what he did.
You think that's what he thought? See, and I just feel like Russ always was the same dude, bro. And his fire and competitiveness is actually the hindrance to his game, to what stopped his game from growing. Because he was so used to people telling him what he couldn't do and what he wasn't. He never made a conscious choice to get better at the things he couldn't do. He just did what he could do really well. And he gave great energy every night. Like, every time you watch Russ, you know Russ is trying hard. Doesn't mean what he's doing is the smartest play or the best play for the team, but you know Russ gives what he got every night.
Yeah, you would never say Russell Westbrook didn't play his ass off.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like you would never
say he made some terrible decisions, some terrible choices. Dude's jumper needs to be fixed. Like, there's mad things that he could work on every offseason. Have you ever seen Russ get better at any of that?
No, he got better at rebounding.
I would say, yep, probably rebounding.
Yeah, he got better at rebounding. I mean, the sucky part about this, Russ, is at the beginning of the season. God damn it, we fall for you. We fall for you. We was talking mad shit like, how y'all gonna rank Russ? That's disrespectful. How y'all gonna rank Russ 36? Like, how he gonna be behind this person and that person? And
Hey,
Now you see why.
They say they had my boy Zion too high up on that thing, and now look, he out there balling. This nigga Russ looked like we still had it wrong. This nigga shouldn't even been on that motherfucker.
The shocking part is I'm shocked nobody else said Bradley Beal because he is averaging 33. He is balling.
That's
That
not
doesn't
surprising,
surprise
bro.
me.
He a
That
beast.
Not
doesn't
averaging
surprise
33
me.
though. You seen him averaging 33?
Dude, he
Bro,
averaged like 30 last year or something, didn't he?
Bro.
Like,
Yeah, he a beast, bro.
like the past 2 or 3 years, this man done got snubbed out of the All-Star game, bro.
dude, Washington's just trash. Nobody cares about them. But Bradley Beal been balling this whole
It's
time.
all about John Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Even
averaged
with-
Until
30.
John Wall started getting hurt, and then they realized it ain't about John Wall, bro. It's about everybody else.
Yes.
And Bradley Beal, cool dude to give away PlayStations.
Yeah. I bet
He said about Bradley Beal and PlayStation.
Shout out to Bradley Beal, man.
You know?
For sure. Appreciate it, my brother. Appreciate it. But while we talk about a charitable man, we can talk about another charitable man, Mr. J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt shocked us all. He went on ahead and signed with the Cardinals, y'all. He signed a 2-year. Well, Sean, I'm glad I can break it down for you, brother. He signed a 2-year deal with the Cardinals, $31 million. 23 million of those dollars are guaranteed. I'm gonna say that again. JJ Watt got $23 million guaranteed. So the question today is, guys, I know I said I really didn't pose a question in the text message, but the question today is just what you expect him to do with the Cardinals. Is he going to take them to the next level? Sean, I'll throw it to you, my brother.
Hell nah. Hell nah.
He didn't even
23
know.
million, that's like
Genuine shocking.
Now, I'm not taking away. I think what the man got like 100 sacks. You know what I'm saying? He been defensive player of the year, like you stated earlier. He do a lot for community, man. I would have thought he was gonna go to a competitor, like go kick it with his brothers.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying.
That's the part I find disappointing. Like I didn't expect him to go to the Cardinals. We're debating.
I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I don't see that
in the playoffs.
Man, I don't see that. I would have thought, he probably could have went to Wisconsin, Green Bay, go home, been on some more commercials with his moms and his brothers or something, I just didn't see that. Just like T Sizzle, when he went out there, I didn't see that coming, but I think that's just like the retirement spot. It's warm. You got a couple checks, but guaranteed, what you say, 23 million?
23.
Nah, he must be donating some of that to Phoenix, Arizona somewhere or something. Like that might be part of the deal. Because he's not working. Now, I ain't gonna lie. JJ might get you. Now, you also got to realize that NFC West is a dog. So he ain't gonna get no 10, 12 sacks like he normally would. That's not gonna happen. Now, when you playing against the Titans and the Jaguars, you gonna get that off. But when you going against San Fran and Seattle and all that, I don't think the contract was worth what he's gonna give you now. I would say 3-4 years ago, that would have been a deal. That would have been like a steal for that type of money. I would have thought he would have went to a potential championship contender, man. Not taken away from Arizona because they do have some pieces. They do have some pieces with Hoskins and Murray, but they ain't on that Super Bowl level. They're not on that Super Bowl level for him to retire. I think that was probably more about money than trying to get a ring, man.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take him over the top, man.
No.
I was shocked. I do think that they will make the playoffs, possibly, depending on what happens with the draft. But I think they have the potential to make the playoffs. But I thought he was going to go to more of a ready-made team like Tampa Bay or Green Bay or You know, even Cleveland. Cleveland already got a dog at defensive end right now, and Myles Garrett. And I thought you was gonna team up with him, and y'all just do y'all thing, and y'all could possibly go back to the playoffs and possibly win a Super Bowl.
Well, remind you, you know, JJ is used to running a 3-4. So when you got a player that's been playing 10 years in that system, he got to go somewhere that is in that system too. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I think it would have been good going to Pittsburgh, even though y'all have quarterback issues. It still would have been a better chance than
healthy
Arizona.
defense is elite. That's my perspective is that's where like he needed to go. Not saying your defense had to be number one like the Rams or something, but you at least needed to go to a top tier defense where you could still give you some production that can say, okay, we guarantee 23 million. You're not doing that in Arizona. Like, it's not happening. I don't feel like he made Arizona defense better at all. I don't feel like that defense got no better signing J.J. Watt, bro. Big and injury-ridden. Like I said, you go to a team with a defense that's already established, like you said, a Cleveland or a Pittsburgh or somewhere like that, you got front sevens that's going to be able to help you out, give you more of them single matchups and this, that, and the third. Versus you go to Arizona, bro, the best player on their defense is Budda Baker. Nobody on the line cares about Budda Baker. He playing safe. So J.J. Watt, because of his name, you still going to get them double teams because of your name. And now, because of what you done been through, including an injury from last year, you're not that player that can just dominate over them double teams like an Aaron Donald can right now and stuff like that. So it's going to be useless.
Blair, what you think, man?
I get the feeling that he wasn't trying to actually win a ring, bro. Like, you can tell me that you want to go somewhere to a contender, but it was about money. And no, what's funny to me is like, I don't think anybody really cared if he wanted to go get paid somewhere. But don't say you want to go somewhere that's ready to win, and then you go to a team that's like got a QB in their second or third year. That makes no sense. Because that dude ain't ready. Under most NFL standards, he ain't ready. It's not like you saw him take the step last year and they broke out and he went to the playoff and took him to the championship game or something like that. That didn't happen. So I'm confused as to what he's looking at to say that's a championship contender. And it's not about the money. It's totally about the money. It sounds good to say it's not about the money, but when you go to Arizona, what else is it about? Nobody thought Arizona was one defensive lineman away from the Super Bowl.
He trying to get on ballers.
Or from winning their division. What you say?
He trying to get on ballers.
One thing we do know, Arizona will pay you to play for their team.
Because most people don't want to go to Arizona at one point. Like, Arizona was not a destination like that. So, of course, they still have money. They can't get nobody to go there. I don't know why he went there other than the sun and the money, man, because he didn't go there to win a championship this year. If they pull one out within the next 3 years and he ain't there, what was the point? I don't feel like he picked the team based on which team had a chance to win now. He picked the team based on a team that may have a winning record at the end of the season and will pay him a set amount of money.
I feel like he just said, shit, they better than Houston and left.
Yeah. I think
everybody was better than Houston.
I think Blair's disappointed because he wanted him to go play with Tom Brady. And he was like, this is my chance to get another one back.
He should have went, bro. He should have.
I am not disappointed or not about the Tampa Bay. I'm just more like, bro, it's not. Don't say it's about winning a ring. Like, don't tell that lie to people. Like, I want to win. No, you don't. Everybody says they want to win. But then you go play for example, the Dolphins. When was the last time the Dolphins won anything? Back when they went undefeated? Like 45, 50 years ago, bro. Like, come on, man. You like, I want to go to a winning franchise, and you go pick the Dolphins and sign a $100 million contract. You're lying. It's not like you went there. Just say you want, it's okay to say you want the money. Don't tell me you want to go to a good team that has a chance to win That's a coin flip away. Then that's like all 32 of them got a chance to
The
draw
biggest
all
thing
undefeated
is-
when the season started.
My thing is, if he would have just said he wanted the money, nobody would have been mad at him.
Nope.
Nobody would have cared. Well,
Bring
I'll say when he plays, he don't suck.
True.
When he plays, he don't suck. But there's no guarantee he's gonna play. And is he gonna be the piece that Arizona needs to make the next step? I just don't think that's the piece they were missing to make the step to even go to the championship game, bro.
Yeah, I think we all are in agreement about that, man. That's just this. We just don't feel like that this was the move to make. If anything, you need a running back. You need something else. You need an offensive line to help protect Kyler Murray. You need a lot more than just J.J. Watt. But
Or you need a better defensive end than J.J. Watt right now.
this is
They
true.
say Chandler Jones is the man, the dude on the other
He
side.
is. He's nice.
He
But
is.
still,
He's nice.
He's nice.
But
you say JJ ain't the offset for it though.
But that'll do it for this episode, man. We appreciate y'all for continuing to watch us, liking, sharing, subscribing. The channel is growing slowly, but it's all good. We appreciate that. We do have a goal by the end of this month to have at least 1,000 subscribers. All right, 1,000 subscribers. That means like, share, subscribe.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
Hit the
Hit
button.
the bell to
Hit
notification.
the bell to know when, hey, my boys done uploaded another video. You get content every Friday, like clockwork. We ain't missed a Friday yet. So just letting y'all know, we out here doing work. Y'all do the work for us too. So we appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all next time. Deuce.
Peace.
Peace.